up in the morning? What do you do when your eyes open up in the morning? What's the first thing that you do? Whatever that is, it sets the tone for your entire day. And I am here to talk to you this morning about prioritizing yourself, your emotional wellness, your mental wellness, and encourage you to be more conscientious about how you start your day. What do you do when you first wake up? When your eyes open in the morning? Do you turn the news on? Are you checking the stock market? Are you looking through your bills? Are you picking up where you left off the day before, yesterday? Are you worrying about everything that's going wrong, or those things that feel like they're going wrong in your life? And maybe they are. Wherever we place our focus is what we get more of. There's power in thought. There's power in focus. Whatever you're seething on, you invite to repeat in your life. So we know that we have fear, and a lot of times fear is just worry. It's worry about something that hasn't even happened. And then we have faith. And faith is the belief for something better, right? It's more positive focused. So both of those things, we have not seen them come into fruition yet in our lives. However, if we put more energy into that positive side, having faith for better days, having faith that your life can change, having faith that your health can improve, having faith for healthier relationships, just better days overall, more joy, more peace, more rest, healthier connections, all of that, better experiences, being stronger, being able to continue to overcome whatever life circumstances may throw at you. If you pour your energy first thing in the morning, if you wake up and you're intentional every single morning about improving, and when I say improving, I'm not talking about striving as far as education and money and all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let's get that out the way. I'm talking about your mindset, your paradigm. And an analogy I would like to use that came to mind just now is, let's say you're preparing for a trip. You're going on a vacation. You're going on a vacation. You know you have to wake up and take your flight. You're going to be out of town. This is something you've been wanting to do. You're going on a trip. Maybe let's just say you're going with some close, some loyal friends or family members, a combination thereof. And you've been planning this trip. You've been doing everything that you can to prepare yourself for this trip. And you wake up the day of that trip. Are you going to wake up and sit around and waste your time? Instead of getting prepared, instead of getting your suitcases ready, up and maybe putting them in the car. A lot of people may put their things, pack their bags and put them in the vehicle the night before, and maybe just have your carry-on out that you can put some quick things in. But my point to this story is you're intentional about going on that vacation. You're intentional about waking up at a certain time, making sure you have your passport in hand, you have your credit card, and not just that, that you've called for any cards that you'll be using. You called your bank to say, I'm going out of town, I'm going to be in this country or this state from this date to this date. That way, when you go to use your card, they understand that it's you. You're letting them know that it's you out there in these different places utilizing your card. So you've prepared for that. You've prepared for this trip. You're intentional about every single step that you take so that you can go on this trip and enjoy yourself. So it is for our day-to-day lives. Just imagine waking up and preparing for your day. Not just waking up and taking off, waking up at the last minute. I used to do it, so I'm talking to you from a place of experience. But waking up and having a few moments, even if it's 15 or 20 minutes, to be grateful for every single thing that you have, however small it may be. We all still have plenty that someone else does not. And I'm talking basic needs being met. Food, clothing, shelter, employment, transportation, health insurance, people that love you. If you fall in that category and have any of those, already you're ahead of a lot of people who are really suffering right now. And this is not to take away from what you're going through. It's to paint that picture that we all have something to be grateful for. So waking up and saying, thank you. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my health. Thank you for all of the obstacles I've overcome. They've been painful. Maybe yesterday was hard for you. Whatever that may look like in your life. You could have buried a loved one. You could have lost a home. You could feel like right now, based on your life circumstances, that you're losing yourself. However, take a moment to stop and look around you and see what you can be grateful for. When you first wake up in the morning, that's preparing your mind for the day. Gratitude is so powerful. As you begin to start looking and being grateful and thankful for what you already have. How about a hot shower? If you can get a hot shower, you're ahead of a lot of people already. And so it's things like that. If you can eat a bowl of cereal, if that's all you have, and some oodles and noodles, you're still ahead of a lot of people who are really, really suffering. And none of this, by any means, please understand this, none of this is to minimize where you are in life today, but it's to put things in perspective. Preparing your mind, saying, guess what? Things are hard, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that my basic needs are met. And as you do that, things can start lining up for you in a more positive way. I like to sit down and journal in the mornings. And when I journal, you don't have to put anything specifically, you don't have to have a routine for how you start your journal. You can just open it up and I would say, just start thinking of things that you can be grateful for if you feel like you don't know what to say. Maybe you've lost 10 pounds. Maybe you've just been blessed with a new job, one that you've really been wanting, one that's really has everything that you need at this moment in your life. This opportunity for growth for you, this opportunity for you to provide for yourself and your family. Somebody doesn't have a job. Somebody's sleeping under a bridge. Someone's in a homeless shelter. Someone's sleeping in their car. And when I say those things, I come from a place of knowing what struggle is and what it means to do without a lot of the things that you need. But God has kept me and covered me and brought me to the other side of life where I have more than what I need now. And I understand that pain and that struggle of feeling like no one sees you. So if you're out there and you're having a rough time today, I want to encourage you to become more intentional about how you wake up in the morning, just like you're getting ready for that trip. This vacation that you've planned that we talked about at the beginning of this video, you're very intentional, making sure you get your swimsuit, you got your sunblock, you have your deodorant, you have your hat, your shoes, everything that you need, your different outfits for the trip, your money lined up so that you can have a budget while you're on this trip. So it is for life. As we get up and we plan ahead by taking care of our minds, forgiving yourself for any mistakes you made yesterday. None of us are perfect. And when you feel stuck, just ask God to help you. We don't have to be in church to ask God to help us. You don't have to have a clergy collar. Just know that all of these things you do, all these steps you take in the morning, it lays a foundation for how the rest of your day goes. Because waking up at the last minute and running around and rushing around, by the time you get into your day, you're frantic. You can't think straight because you didn't take the time to prepare. You weren't intentional about laying that foundation for your day. As you get up and you focus on that gratitude, it makes you stronger. It puts a shield on you. As you say a prayer, God be with me in my day, it puts an armor, a shield around you so that as as you encounter things throughout your day, you're not as weak as you would have been had you jumped up and just took off out the door. Or you woke up and you started watching the news, binging on watching the news and getting your mindset, your paradigm, your thought processes all engulfed in everything going on in the world, a lot of which you can't control. We can only do what we can do. It doesn't mean that you don't chime in and get updates, but you can get a few updates later. And guard your mind and your peace now so that when you wake up, you have that moment of time that you're saying, I love me enough to stop right here and quiet down and just say, thank you, God. Just thank you. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for keeping me. Thank you for helping me. Life is hard, but I trust you to help me. I don't know how I'm going to get through this situation right now, but I trust you to help me. I don't have any of the answers. If I'm left to myself, I'm going to fail again, but God help me. That's a complete prayer. All right? That's a complete prayer. You matter. God loves you. You have worth and value. Give yourself that time to think, to rest, to have quiet and focus in your mind so that everything as you go about your day, and we're going to have hills and valleys, ups and downs, but as you devote that time, you're stronger throughout your day. You're not as vulnerable where someone can say something to you and it pulls you out of character because you've taken the time to say thank you. Thank you for all things in my life. Cover me and keep me. That's powerful. So I encourage you to prepare yourself for your day. Have that quiet time where you can think without checking your email, without texting people right away, without calling someone first thing in the morning. Being able to, if you drive, ride in the car sometimes with no music on. I love podcasts. I love audiobooks, all things that have to do with self-development. Mind, shifting our paradigm, changing the way we think. This has nothing to do with our degrees, right? This has to do with our mindset. You can have more degrees than a thermometer and be crazy as 10 bed bugs in your head and busy running around to the point where if you have any moment of silence, you don't know what to do with yourself because you're used to running and chomping at the bit and being anxious and going, and having people in your ear and all this stuff where you're afraid for the quiet. And the quiet is where healing is, and the quiet is where rest is, and that reflection and gratitude. That's how you put on your armor for everything that's going on right now, because we have to have a sense of self. It's important that you know who you are. That's what getting up and starting your day and being focused and intentional, that's what that's about. Knowing who you are. Who are you? You are a child of God. You are a force to be reckoned with. You are a warrior. You are an overcomer. You are more than a conqueror. So yes, you can start training yourself to get up early. Yes, there'll be times where you feel like you want to lay there and suck your thumb and hold on to that blanket. Right? Because we're human and we get tired. But as you continue to set boundaries for your mindset, by preparing in the morning like you're going on that trip. You're going on a trip throughout the day, because I guarantee you, before you open your eyes, Satan is ready to black your eye by telling you and reminding you of all your mistakes and telling you that you'll never make it, and telling you that you're a failure, that you're a loser, and nothing ever works out for you. And what does that do? It gets us in a state of being fearful and afraid. Whereas if we put our intentional energy and focus on faith, I'm going to get through this, because you will. The best is yet to come for me, because it is. I am strong, because you are. I am courageous. I am peaceful, because you are. That's the power of I am. Speak those things that are not as though they are. So if your situation in life is turned upside down, keep saying out loud, all things are working out for my highest good. And watch, over time, as you continue to do that, your mindset, your paradigm, your thought processes begin to shift in that direction. And it becomes implanted in your subconscious mind. All things are working out for my highest good. And as you focus on that, even when you have to cry, even when you've failed and fallen, get up and keep falling forward. Keep trying, keep praying. Be the best you can be, and God will meet you in your process. All is not lost for you. So I want you to go out and have an amazing day today, and remember, you're a child of God. If you don't know who you are, and tell yourself, I am a child of God, I am a winner, I am strong, I have value, I am beautiful. If you don't pour into you and your mindset, honey, society is waiting to tell you who you are if you don't know who you are. So we have to know who we are first. We have to know who we are. You're a winner. You're an overcomer.